Right, there's a question from June 2018, ZIMSEC paper 1, question number 17. It's about vectors. Okay, mainly these are column vectors from the Cartesian plane, of course. Right, so we are told it is given that vector P is equal to 3 minus 4 and vector Q is equal to minus 2x. Right, the question wants us to calculate P minus Q in terms of x. So when the question says in terms of x, which means your answer should remain with x is actually expressed in terms of x. Right, so for us to find P minus Q, this is just a straightforward question. Okay, so what you do in this case, we have P minus Q, right? P minus Q will be equal to, you take vector P is 3 minus 4, then minus vector Q, that is minus 2 and x. Right, remember that the top value represents x and the bottom value represents y. So what it means is that you are going to combine the x values and then combine the y values on their own. But make sure that you take note of the signs in this case. So this will be 3 minus 2, then underneath with negative 4 minus x. Then simplifying this will give us 3 plus 2, then minus 4 minus x. Right, we are not going to stop here. Right, so I'm just going to divide my page here. So that means we now have P minus Q being equal to 5, and then underneath I have minus 4 minus x. Now you can't simplify the bottom part because it's in terms of x, of course, so you leave your answer there. That's how you find P minus Q in this case. Then let's move on to part B. The question is asking you to find the values of part 1, the magnitude of vector P. Okay, so for you to calculate the magnitude, you probably need to remember the formula. Okay, you need to remember the formula. So this is B1. The magnitude of P is given by the square root of x squared plus y squared. So this will be equal to the square root of, what is the x value on P? We have 3, and the y value on P is minus 4. Remember to square this part and square that part. Right, then we need to further simplify this, right? So 3 squared will give us 9, plus minus 4 times minus 4 will give us 16. Right, don't make a mistake of bringing negative 16 down here, because minus 4 squared, you have minus 4 squared. This is the same as minus 4 times minus 4. Remember, negative and negative will give you a plus when you're multiplying. Then 4 times 4, that is 16. Okay, so this means we have the square root of 25, and the square root of 25 we know it's going to be 5. So that's how you find the magnitude of P in this case. And then part 2, we are told to find the value of x, but there's a condition that we're given here. We are told that 2P is equal to minus 3Q. So that's the condition we are using. So 2P is equal to minus 3Q. So you take 2 and then you bring P down here. This is minus 3 minus 4 being equal to negative 3. And then what's the Q expression? Is negative 2 and x down here. Now we call this guy a scalar. I'm sure you're familiar with matrices as well. So it's more of you are multiplying a matrix with a number, but these are not matrices, of course, don't get me wrong there. you're just multiplying everything with that constant value or this color outside. So this will be 6 minus 8, right, equals, on top there you realize you also have 6, then underneath we have negative 3. Now if you compare the top values, I'm sure you can see the x values are now equal. So if the x values are now equal, it also implies that, it means that the bottom values are the same. Okay, let me go back there. I think I left something out. This is 6 minus 3. Okay, minus 3x, not just 3x, not just 3. So that means the bottom values are the same. So we have negative 8 being equal to minus 3x. So this is more like an equation now. Okay, this is an equation. So you need to solve this by dividing both sides by negative 3, negative 3. These guys cancel out. Then it means x is equal to 8 over 3. You can give your answer like this, or you express it as a mixed fraction, is still okay. So this will be 3 into 6 there, into 8 you have 2, remainder 2 over 3. So this will be the value of x. Okay, this is how you guys are supposed to get the solutions for that question. Thank you for watching. See you next time.